But yeah, going back to what I was saying, it just looks different for different people, and I feel like when I found myself feeling those things, it's like I was able to be like, oh, okay, this might be, postpartum depression, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. But also, it lasts forever too. People be like, postpartum, they think it's only a certain period of time.
Yeah.
No matter if your kids get older, you forever postpartum after you have kids.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
You're never that person that you were before.
Yeah.
But this is for the mothers out there. Speak up for yourself.
Yeah. And don't be ashamed.
Sad, right, because it's okay. And you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah. You can't do it by yourself.
That part.
Right. But also for the friends like me and the sisters like me, maybe you should reach out a little more and ask a few more questions.
I would say don't reach out. Just come by. Because as much as you want to be like, well, she just had a baby. She going to be bothered. If you come by with food, we are not upset.
Right. Yeah, don't come empty-handed.
Right. Come with my favorite snack and just sit with me. Sometimes it's not that I need you to necessarily do something. I feel like I need to come with a new dance move.
Welcome back to the You're Done podcast. It's your girl, Big Desto, not the little one.
And be more, nevertheless.
And
I'm Bria.
Y'all done heard her name
Bria.
multiple times.
Right, this is one of the friends I be talking about. It's Bria. In the flesh.
Yes.
So Bria is here. So tell the people who you are, what you do, where you're from, what you want them to know.
Oh, right. So my name is Bria, newly Mrs. Kenmore.
Yeah, period.
I'm a mom of two, under two.
Mm-hmm.
I am a hairstylist, but I, kind of finding my own way with this entrepreneurial thing that we got going on. I do stay at home with my kids, and I'm a creative at heart. And that's about it. That's all I'm going to try to tell you. Y'all can get to know me, and I'll talk it out.
Yes, that's it. Enough of that about me.
Yes.
So, Bria, like she said, she's a mom of two, under two. So,
Bless
that brings
your heart.
us to our conversation. And like we just said, y'all might not hear much from what's one of the big days, not the little one, because I don't have no kids. So the conversation, and so so maybe I would be able to, so even for those who don't have kids, maybe you could take some from it. Obviously, the conversation that we're going to have is different for everybody. Mm-hmm. But we're going to talk about postpartum. We're not going to even say that D word. Postpartum, life after having babies.
Yeah, we bouncing back.
It as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it may not always be that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just,
So,
the big P word.
Yeah.
Right.
Life after having your babies.
Yes. But it is different for everybody. And I don't think we should be afraid of the word, because I feel like some mamas are like, for me anyways, when I had Brielle, I didn't even know that's what it was. Because I'm like, this is my child. I just gave birth to her. I carried her. I did all these things. And at some point, I did not want to hold her. But it wasn't that I didn't love her. I felt like I was going to drop on her head. And I had a death fit. When people be like, I'm going to take her downstairs. No, you're not.
You're going to leave her right here where I can see
Right,
her.
unless you got a helmet for you and my baby. But you're not going to do be walking up and down these damn steps with my kid. And so it was just like a hard thing. And it's tough because I didn't know what it was. And then just like one day I just started crying. And Brianna was like, what you crying for? And I was like, don't ask me.
I don't know.
Because I really don't know. But the more I cried, the better I felt. Yeah. And so that's kind of like where my life after postpartum kind of took off at. And that was like, what the beep? Because y'all know I'm working on that.
Exactly, because I'm tired of editing that out.
I've been doing a lot better, guys.
I was going to say, I actually noticed on one video, I was like, oh, pretty, looking pretty. Then they blew that out. I was like, oh, okay.
Girl, she was cussing up a storm. But yeah, so
I had to get my point across.
I understand, but I like that you said that we shouldn't be afraid to say like postpartum depression. Like when you hear that, it's like,
yeah,
postpartum depression, or like you said, what you sad for? It's like, I don't know.
Exactly.
It's just something wrong with me right now.
Exactly, right now.
And then a lot of the times too, people get confused when they hear postpartum depression and they think like, oh, you just sad and you just crying. Sometimes it's just anxiety. My mind is somewhere else. Like it looks different for different people. So like, I feel like I had a my own version of it. It's like when you're at the house with your kids.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. That was your stomach talking.
I don't
Cannot
know.
be a part of the podcast.
Right.
What's that mean?
You needed a
I
snack.
didn't feel it. I thought that was the thing.
Is that my little niece and nephew? Because, baby, is this something you need to tell us on this episode? Because it went.
I'm like, when I was driving here, I was like, is this a setup?
No.
This will be the second setup at my house, though.
I know. One time, for the proposal, she had the door cracked, and a few days ago, I came over and the door was cracked. I said, "It's another surprise."
Surprise!
So for me.
Silly.
Okay, but anyways, I don't know what that was.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying, it just looks different for different people, and I feel like when I found myself feeling those things, it's like I was able to be like, oh, okay, this might be, postpartum depression, and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. But also, it lasts forever, too. People be like, postpartum, they think it's only a certain period of time.
Yeah.
No matter if your kids get older, you forever postpartum after you have kids.
Yeah. That's
You're
exactly
never
what it
that
is.
person that you were before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy.
That's why I couldn't tell y'all who I was, because I don't know.
Today, this is who I am.
I know, because after the first baby, I was one. Then I had that second one. And them second kids, she was interested.
Child, I was in there. I said, "Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm ready to do all of that."
You weren't ready. You wouldn't even come up out of there.
Out of the
She said,
womb.
yeah,
Yes.
second child.
Oh, I thought you meant when I saw you have your second
No,
child.
baby, when my mama was pregnant, well, her homegirl said, I'm not coming out, and decided to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to go in there and
It's
ghetto out there.
I'm kicking y'all. I'm not coming.
I'm not ready.
Speaking of the second child, whatever you think your first child is like, some people be like, oh, the first child be good and the second child be bad. I wouldn't even say that. It just be different. And I was not ready for that with my second one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if people know. My second baby, if y'all know me, my second baby, she cried. And I was crying with her.
We'll be crying about my kid.
Right.
Like, Sean didn't do this. Like, why are you crying? You making me feel like I'm I'm holding you. You fed, your diaper changed. Like, that was probably a lot of where the depression came from, or postpartum depression came from too, because it was like, I don't feel like I'm doing this right.
Right.
Is
it broken?
And then it's crazy because it's like, I just did this already.
Yeah.
Which is even more insane to feel like you are prepared for something and then feel like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think as moms, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves because, one, we're the one who carries the baby. We're the one that brings them earthside. And then, of course, if you plan on breastfeeding, then it's like, I'm the cafeteria for you at this point because we did not buy formula. And so I feel like we already have all these things just like piling up that once you kind of feel like something's going on with your baby or something's going on with you that you can't care for that. I feel like I'm going to have a cough attack. Excuse me. Then I think that adds on to it because I'm supposed to be all things. And then I think I had to remind myself like,
It takes a village.
Brianna put this baby up in there.
Yeah.
You're and he's a great dad. But I think we, in our own minds, are just like, I'm all things. The moment you cry, I'm supposed to know what you're crying for.
Right.
I'm not looking to breathe. You don't know what the hell you're doing. I gotta teach you, right? Yes, and it's so hard. Holy crap!
She makes my editing life.
I was just about to say I'm about to make her editing life real hard. I don't know where it came from. I didn't have my water today. I know.
And one day she ain't got no water. She want to come. Dry throat. Okay, so
leave me alone.
Okay, so I know we say that we try not to have the podcast feel like an interview, but like I said, I ain't got much to give y'all for this topic, so I'm gonna be coming up with some questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was gonna say with postpartum, especially with you having your kids back to back, after Nashawn, did you feel anything, or was it like not until after Micah it was like, okay, I'm starting to feel all the things. Like with you had that break in between. With you, it was like, baby. Ooh, there's another one.
So for context, I got pregnant, had my baby, beautiful baby boy, beautiful, easy pregnancy, delivery, it was cool. My baby turns 4 months. Oh my gosh. I find out I'm pregnant again.
Yeah.
So before I could even wrap my head around that I was a mother,
you a mama again.
I'm a mama again.
Yes.
And it was very, 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 very hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I ever like told that to people. It was like, I wasn't ready to have another baby. I was, like I said, I'm still getting used to
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
So it was hard. I think so. While I was pregnant, I was going through it. So it was like,
Yeah, because for that second baby, she was like, I'm ready for her to come out.
come
At
on,
first,
up
she
out of
was-
here. Get up out of here, girl. The first one, I was so happy to be pregnant. I love being pregnant. Like, it was
Yeah.
the best thing. I was like 10 out of 10. I recommend it.
Yes.
The second
No,
time-
hold on, pause. Because, okay, now my first pregnancy and my second one, two totally different things, especially the delivery situation. When she posted, I recommend having babies, 10 out of 10.
Right.
This is easy. What is these people talking about? I said, well,
For
what,
you.
what did the Lord give her? What did you do?
I
was like,
literally said, what is the
listen.
prayer that you pray? Because I'm going to need
because
that.
I'm verbatim.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I was like, homegirl's acting like she just took a trip to Cabo and was like, came back with a baby. But I love that for you. I did. And I was just, but I was hating because I was like, I was like, why am I doing this? Who told me this was okay? Ecuador, I'm not paying for that. Ghetto. That's what I thought. But I was happy you was ecstatic.
It's a different experience.
For sure. Then she watched me have she watched me have both of them, but she really watched me have that second one.
Shy, it was all good until it wasn't. That's all I'm going to say.
I was gonna say, even though I said I recommend it to people, I do be having to think like, okay, everybody's experience like I'm
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Take that with
With a grain of salt.
Yes.
Literally. Yeah.
So, do you feel as though, so you went through your depression while
being
pregnant?
pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I felt.
Because I also brought up on another podcast, I think it was the one with Sydney, and I was like, I have a friend who's a mother, and I was like, I never asked, because one, I've never experienced these things for myself, so I don't know what to say, and not like you said, she never voiced that she was feeling this. She made it sound easy.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And
it's
so
like, it's
I was
always
like-
two sides of the bread. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
So I was like, sometimes I'll be like, am I a good friend? Like my poor friend over there with the two babies, is she all right? I don't even know how to navigate it, so it's just like,
me neither. That's why I told y'all when y'all asked, I was like, am I doing enough? And I'm like, I don't really know what you think you're supposed to be doing, but I think you're doing a good job.
Yeah, exactly.
I know,
Yeah.
so I never
You're
really
doing a good job.
knew how to be there. Even like with you, after you had Breland and you had your complications, I called her and I'm like, hey girl, and Brittany was in, like she just looked like she got hit by a truck.
No,
And-
for real.
and then as soon-
That's what it felt like.
and as soon as I said, so I was like, hey, and I was, you know those. The thing on TikTok, and it's like when you call your friend and they doing something,
Oh, yeah.
and they answer the phone, it's like, I hate him. And I was like, oh,
Right, you're right.
right.
It's
So,
like,
so I call her and I'm all happy, and I see that she's not. And so as soon as I said, what's wrong? Oh, baby. I said, oh my gosh, my poor sister. But then again, I don't know what to do. And then,
Crying.
so I was just like, oh my, and that, like you said, she's not one, but like she said, she's not 1 and 2 in her emotions. I never just see her cry for real.
Yeah.
So but she was crying that day. And that was a lot.
It was, well, okay. One with Brielle, that was postpartum depression. With Breland, my body just was, I felt like my body was shutting down on me and I didn't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
And since it was doing that and I was breastfeeding, she would be crying and I'd be like,
Mommy can't get me right now.
I can't do it. And then the hardest thing about that one particular incident is that she was crying. She was laying on the bed crying, and I was just staring at her. And I'm just like, I know you want to eat, but right now, I don't know what we about to do. Mind you, Briance is downstairs. I can easily just call him upstairs. But I was like, I just was out. Like, I'm like, you know, now I'm processing, like, you gonna figure it out. You gonna do it. You gonna find the right nipple cream on, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And then I'm like about to pull it together. And I don't know what octave she hit, but I start crying with her. And as soon as I let the floodgates open, Brielle walks in the room. And I was like, freak.
Right.
And she, right, and Brielle is like my in tune emotional kid, so she immediately is like, she's about to cry, and I'm like, not to traumatize my kid. I done messed up my kid and so now I'm just like, I'm processing. Now I done messed my oldest one up. The little one, she ain't gonna make it because she ain't eating. Mama ain't gonna. Like I'm telling y'all, it goes from like 0 to 100 fast, right. And so I just had to say, you know what? I just called Bree. I said, Brielle, get out of the room. I called Bree and I was like, just take them and get out and then just like let me like get myself together as much as I'm about to get myself together.
I need a moment.
Yeah, and then he took them and I don't know what she ate. I ain't gonna even lie to you. She wasn't crying no more. But he ended up bringing her back and then I did breastfeed her. But then I just called my midwife and I just told her like, I don't know what's happening to me. But whatever this is, it's not working. And luckily, I had a midwife because she came over to my house. Now, that is one thing that I do appreciate about having a midwife versus just going to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Because once they, like, discharge you, it's like, all right, you're mom. Right. Like, figure it out. Yeah. And she was like, no, I'm with you as long as you need me. And I'm like,
I need you right now.
Right. And she came over and we figured it out. But then it ended up being a whole bunch of, I ended up having 2 surgeries, you know. Yeah. So there was way more than what I thought it was. Right. So I don't think I got the time to like really process what was happening with me because I was like wrapped up in it. Like I was in the hospital for like a week, 4 or 5 days.
And then again, this goes. I got something for the mothers out there. Yeah, talking to y'all and y'all because again, although I knew that, I didn't know it to that like extent. Yeah. So mind you, we live at this time 30 minutes apart. About like that. So. Not knowing like, oh, she go to the hospital and like she never explained, oh, this is happening, I'm gonna have to go through this, I'm gonna go through, and then it's like, so not hearing it after, it's like once again, I only was a bad friend, I was a bad sister too. I'm down the street and I'm not of no help. But this is for the mothers out there. Speak up for yourself. Yeah, don't be ashamed. Sad, right? Because it's okay, and you can't do it by yourself. Yeah, you can't do it. That part. Right. But also for the friends like me and the sisters like me, maybe you should reach out a little more and ask a few more questions.
I would say don't reach out, just come by. Because as much as you want to be like, well, she just had a baby, she gonna be bothered. If you come by with food, we are not upset.
Right. Yeah, don't come empty-handed.
Come with my favorite snack and just sit with me. Sometimes it's not that I need you to necessarily do something. It's just you go from... Like, you're going to realize when you have kids, I went from being like, oh, I need something from the grocery store. I just hopped in the car and got it. Now, as a mom, I'd be like, I got to get you in the car.
No, because let's not do that because I'm an auntie. And and I took them 2 little kids. I don't know where we went to breakfast and I went and took them to the store. I don't know. We had a whole day. When I was texting Corey, I said, yeah, I'm out with Brielle and Breland. At first, it was cute. And so it's like, Breland, can we please get across the street? But I need to get like Breland. And then it's like, Brielle, she thinks she's old enough to just go. And I'm like, Brielle, please do not cross the street. And then Breland, please hurry up. And I'm just like, oh God, just gotta get to Chick-fil-A. Right. I text her, I said, the simple task in life have now become 30 minutes. Exactly. Get out the car, Breland.
That's the part. That's the part right there. Bro.
That's all I feel for y'all.
That mom math would be like, okay, I got somewhere to be at 12 o'clock. Okay, I need to start getting ready at 7 because I got to get them dressed. I got to get me dressed. I got to get... Yeah.
Girl. And then you got to account for when you get them dressed, they going to want a snack. They probably going to get dirty and you thinking they clean. They are not. Yeah. Like, what happened between me going to take a piss and me just putting this shirt on you? Right. What did you do? I don't be understanding. The kid math.
I got a little glimpse
it's insane.
But that was a lot.
It is a lot.
Oh, you got to think ahead, too. Like, the other day, we were packing a bag, and I said, put some snacks in the bag. My husband was like, why we put snacks in the bag? Why would you leave the house without no snacks for our kids?
Right.
You never know. It don't matter if we want to eat or not. Put some snacks in the bag. Put an extra bib in the bag.
They put one in there for me, too.
Exactly.
Right? Because I'm going to need a snack. Exactly. Because I will eat my kids' snacks. I share with them. I don't eat their snacks, but we share the snacks.
It's a lesson in everything. We're learning to share when I eat snacks.
For real. Because don't be like that. I pay for them.
But I'm glad you highlighted that you spent the day with your nieces and your nieces, and you got to see that. But like also check on your friends and mom friends even after like that first couple of weeks. Like everybody be thinking like, oh, the newborn age. Brielle is how old?
She's 8 now.
You ain't never had an 8-year-old before.
Heck no.
You know, this is still postpartum. Still check on me. I don't care if I'm out of the newborn phase. Check on me. I'm not okay.
Right.
Right?
I'm not
Because
okay.
you don't even know what you just said.
Her kids beating up.
They be screaming.
I say, why is you beating up my friend? Punching her in the head.
I'm not okay. Call me. Even if I talk on the phone for like 2 seconds, just that touching in, that, you know, it does something more than you think. So.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
No,
just pop up.
Text Bria.
Right? And I know everybody is not out here being like, well, you had them kids, you know, you take. But if someone has multiple kids,
Just check on
do not say you gonna come by and pick up one. Because I'm still here with the other one. So what break?
It's a pair.
Right? I'm not getting a break. I cannot stand. Luckily, I've never really had that. But when if you are here with like 6 and they range from like 12 to newborn, okay, well maybe we just gonna take 2 of them, right? Because you done put a bus on us. My car can't even hold your kids, and this is so that's unsafe. But I feel like if you at least have 2 and that, you know, like, and you say you really want to help, and you can take an hour just to take 2, and even if you just come to my house and y'all just go into another room, and I can just sit without having to hide on the toilet,
I'm crying.
bro.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I would do it. You could take one right now. Just because of the age.
But
because my mother-in-law, she actually just took my son the other day, and she was like, let's take him. And that was cool because Michael was asleep and I was able to chill with my friend.
Yeah.
And when she woke up, it was like, you know, still chill, you know. But when it's both of them, it's a handful.
Yeah.
Of course, we want all of them or to have a break with you know, them both going.
Yeah.
But
I ain't sending both kids unless both kids know how to talk for themselves.
It's a very
Well, she has like a new. Well, how?
She's 7 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Still,
Yeah.
My kids don't go nowhere but my mama's house, my mother's
No,
house.
for real.
And my sister watched them occasionally, but
No, I'm not. Yeah, they be like, oh, who? There must be another Brielle.
She got a super baby because I laid down Micah with the bottle. Look over, she leaning. Where are you going?
Not the super baby.
Like, where are you going? At 7 months.
At 7 months, she's really like just.
She's just
she
up.
does much.
I'm like, bro.
Wait till she start walking. That's gonna be fun.
She trying.
She see Hashan and she just.
She's like, oh, he doing that. Let me go over here and do that too.
Oh, wait.
No, you are too little. Sit down.
She's like, no, I got things to do, mama.
No.
And so, yeah, that's how
Okay, here's
Breland
my next
is.
question.
I wanted to say something actually with the breaks.
Oh. Go ahead. Sorry. I'm gonna forget the question. I'm just
Okay, say it.
No, go
say
ahead.
it.
I
I'm
already start forgetting.
I'm gonna remember. Okay, go ahead.
I already start forgetting.
Oh,
Again, she ain't got no kids that forget stuff.
I think it was along the lines of if there was something that you could have done after having your kids to like reach out and maybe just get that emotional support. Do you feel as though you would have done anything different besides obviously just saying, hey, I need help? No. Or do you feel like you just had it?
I feel like
help?
you feel,
Had help or feel like you could do it by yourself?
I just feel like I could do it.
Even with the stages of the postpartum stuff?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because because in my mind, I remember somebody was getting on my nerves. I'm not going to mention nobody's name. But they was trying to act like to me, I feel like you were stepping on my toes. And then I just kindly was like, you're an emergency contact. You will forever be an emergency contact. So what that means is that if anything ever goes on with my kids, they call me first. Right? Okay. So don't.
I'm sorry. I was looking like that. And I'm like.
She is an emergency contact.
No, I was like, because I'm like, no. You said you weren't going to say no names, but then you start saying you. And
no. Right? Because she is an emergency contact. But she don't overstep her boundaries. If I say my kids don't eat McDonald's, regardless, and she don't, but if she did, she'll be like, well, we can't go to McDonald's because Brittany said. But there are some people that you tell that to, and then they feel like, well, they with me. Well, this is how they not gonna be with you no more because I said what I said. My husband said, don't do that. I said, don't do that. Don't do that.
If you want to do that, have your own kids.
And so I just feel like when people overstep their boundaries, that is something that bugs the crap out of me. And so I'm just at the point where I'm like, they stay with me. I'm going to raise you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure you got what you need. So why am I calling anybody else?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if anything ever happens, they're calling me. You're looking for me or Bree. You know what I mean? And so I feel like, especially when they're so little, even though I know like you, my mom, you know, dad, everybody's going to be there to, and even Brianna's family is going to, you know, come and make sure that they're protected. I'm just like, but no one's going to protect them more than me at the end of the day. And so when you first had your child, no.
So with that being said, you feeling like I'm the mama. I birthed her. She grew inside of me. Is there sometimes you have to check yourself and be like, all right, Brittany.
Yeah.
This is baby too. All right, Brittany, you know.
Yeah, you got to check. I mean, because the only thing that really changes when you have your second kid is that you realize you ain't need all that stuff. That's it. The protective, mindset, everything, everything stays, everything stays the same. But then I'm like, she don't need all them men. She ain't need, like, don't give me newborn diapers. I need size 6 because I don't want to buy them when she grow. Well, Breland didn't grow that fast. Yeah, I know. My girl is 4 and we just got out of 2T this week.
She's growing.
She's growing though. And so I feel like for me, nothing else changed with that. I was still just like, I am the sole provider for my child. So no, I still don't think I would have. But now that I'm on the other end, like when you have kids, like I've already told Bree when Destiny has kids, I plan on taking a week and being there when she has a baby. Because I know it's tough. I mean, take it that, you know, you'll have to wake up and feed the baby in the middle of the night. But I think it'll be nice. The things that I thought of was like, when you sit and realize you don't know the last time you took a shower, this is a problem. Because I am, like, I'm a clean person. You know what I mean? Like, don't come around me smelling like nothing. Right. I'm going to smell it and you stink and I'm going to tell you. Or my face going to go, right?
Look, I'm going to start doing stuff like this.
Yes. And so for me, I think it's the small things. Like, I want to be there when you don't think of the small. You're not going to think, oh, shit. Shoot. I'm not going to be able to take a shower, right? But if someone's there and I'm telling you, you need to, when I leave, these are things now you need to be mindful. Make sure you talk to Corey because that's something else. We assume because we're on this new wave of like motherhood. I know this. I know what size they were. I know they're going to need this. Don't get that diaper cream. Get this one. That they don't.
We finna have all the shared notes.
No, for
this
real.
Right. For this child, this is for that one. Don't ask me no questions because it's in the note.
Right? They don't be knowing, and that could be frustrating. So sometimes feeling like, why, if you're not gonna call me to come help you, you definitely ain't fit to call the man that helped make the baby, right? Because you thinking he already on it. But sometimes and stay kind with it, because I think we get it mixed up in our emotions and hormones. Yeah, and we be like,
why you don't know this? It's like, you didn't know either. Why you being mean to that man? He just became a daddy too.
Right. Yeah.
And I'd be like, but it's ghetto because you ain't give birth.
This isn't fair.
That fruit better been good, Eve.
So what were you going to say? Even though you didn't answer my question.
If we would have did the same thing?
Oh, you did answer. You said no.
I said no because... like when you're going through it, you're like you say, I know best. I'm the mama. So going back, I probably would do the same thing because I'm so like, I'm going to be overprotective. I'm going to think of X, Y, and Z. But what I would say too is, when we were talking about breaks, allowing myself to know like I do have community around me and I do need to take advantage of like the people that I do trust with the kids. Yeah. And know that that's good for my mental health as well. Like, so
you okay? It happens all the time. She got kids. She need to know.
Knowing that that's good for my mental health too, because sometimes you can get so swallowed up in motherhood that like that'd be part of like how people like lose themselves, is like disconnected from everything and then just totally being mama. Yeah, and nothing wrong with that, because if you're a mama, be a mama. That's what we're supposed to do. But like, you are more than a mom, and I had to tell myself that. Like, you're more than a mom. You have people that can help you. It's okay. Somebody had told me this. Somebody told me this the other day. It was like, it's okay if you don't have nothing to do and like your kids go, be with your mama for for the day. And I'm like, That sounds so
Just
crazy to
doing
me.
nothing,
Right.
doing something, because you always doing something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, but why would I drop my kids off somewhere if I ain't got nothing to do?
Yeah.
What I'm supposed to do?
Nothing.
That part. And then be thinking they gonna think I'm a bad mom. At this point, she teething. Like, she ain't even worried.
I was gonna
About
say,
us.
because I can sit here now without kids and be like, oh baby, I would literally, I don't have nothing to do. Please come get them. I don't
Yeah.
want. Yes, come get them when I have something to do, but also come get them when I don't have nothing to do, because I like to be by myself. Love that baby so much.
Yeah. But
Mama
mommy
gonna see that baby later.
Right.
So I feel like now it's easy for me to say, I feel like I would just reach out. But
Yeah.
I don't, like, I don't know what I would do
Yeah.
in those situations. And I want to be the one to be like, yeah, I'm not going to have to go through that, because I'm going to ask for help.
Yeah.
But then I get my baby and like, you're not going to take her anywhere.
Right.
Put her back down.
Be over there like,
Well,
well,
watch the baby.
right,
Right.
one side of your head look like that, and the other. Listen,
My hair?
That's when I call you, because the first thing I always notice on Destiny is her hair.
Okay.
And then if her eyes are puffy, that lets me know,
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
you either just woke up or you going through some things,
Oh,
or you
no,
been
very
crying.
easily.
So imagine calling when she had this kid, and I'd be like, well, based on your hair,
Right.
I'm gonna say something going on.
Oh, who did your hair? Huh? What?
Nobody looking like a bird's nest, as old people
Well, come
say.
get them.
I
Come
mean,
and get
she,
her.
so she gonna know right off the bat. Okay,
Right.
come.
She-
Yeah,
she gonna
I need to tap in, and we need to,
Right, because one thing them edges going to be is late.
I was gonna say after them babies, they gonna be gone.
Oh,
No, bro.
Oh, no. I'm
Brittany,
going to
Brittany
go
said,
on.
hold on, that's
I was not ready. No one. Okay.
Oh,
Instead of making all these dang on books about, oh, you need this when you go in the diaper bag. Don't show me the cute diaper bag. Tell me I'm gonna need the pens. Tell me I'm gonna need one of them aloe vera cool pads, not just a regular pad, a cooler one. The baby just came from down there. Open me up like a anaconda.
I know, because when Bria had her baby, I was like, what am I supposed to get her? You was like, you need to get her these pads. You need to get her these. Because I was like, everybody buys stuff for the baby. I
Right
said,
now,
what about Bria?
right? Soothing, cause it's
me.
she need the squirt bottle, cause if you ripped, who wiping?
Oh, my goodness.
You gotta spray yourself. Listen,
Oh, and the other. Oh, sorry.
What?
I was going to say.
Bro.
Because, never mind. Look, y'all gonna put my business out. But y'all be struggling. And I heard them hurt.
Pregnancy
Even
ones.
worse. Yeah.
Pregnancy ones is, thank God I've been delivered.
Child.
But
Hot mess.
Hot
See,
mess.
so put me on game on those things, because those don't nobody give a dang
ain't
about
gonna be
how
embarrassed.
cute your little nightgown you decided to wear match your babies. I don't give a crap.
They do make
know,
it look easy
yeah.
and cute and all aesthetically
Yeah.
pleasing. No, show me when that baby was crying and you woke up, like you said, with your hair all over your head. I want to see the real stuff.
Yes, and like what are those things that are needed? And I feel like when I realized that once I had Brilliant Baby, that stuff was on deck. You didn't have, and I had her at home, and I still was like, well, what can I find it? Because I need it. And so I feel like people don't talk about those things. I love that we always discuss the aesthetics of everything. And I do like that people buy the plaques and they want the blanket that had a kid name on. Like, we did stuff like that too. But I'm also just like, yeah, but I just had the baby. So what is it that I'm going to need?
how can I?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
onesie real cute. Where mine?
Exactly. Exactly. Because I want to be comfortable as well.
Exactly.
And it's just insane. And then they, and if you had a baby in the hospital, then you assume when you are discharged, you think everything is fine. Baby, I was passing blood clots after Brielle at the crib. Wait a minute. What is this? Yeah, messing up my couch. What the hell?
No instruction manual.
None.
No. It's just like, here you go. And like
Right.
I said earlier, like, you're this new person. You're trying to find your new identity. Trying to take care of this little thing that you have no idea what to do.
Yes.
And I'm a mama's girl, so I be calling my mama for everything.
Baby, I'm
My
calling.
mama gonna block me.
No, mama is going to block her.
Mama.
What am I supposed to do? How many ounces am I supposed to give her?
Right. Matter of fact, just take off. I need
I ain't gonna lie, my mom was supposed to be like kind of like you said for Destiny, she was supposed to be with me for a week after I had my baby. If she watched this, I'm glad she didn't, because I was able to figure it out on my own and figure out my own routines. And I told her that too. I was like, not to say I wouldn't have needed your help, but I'm glad that I was able to kind of like, build my own systems. And then now you can come in and I can tell you what I need help with. You're trying to tell me, you need to do the baby like this, you need to do the baby like this. And I'm like, she was like, you need to put olive oil on the head. I want to use coconut oil.
Yeah, that part, because I like it.
So...
Yeah. I think the best things I also would say is like learn what's gonna be best for your baby. Just because I say this work is that why?
This is about
child. It is, but I feel like that is a part of it, because when you are getting into motherhood, you're like, for instance, you're taking everything we said. Not take it that you are gonna need them depends. Okay, that ain't gonna change, because we praying that you have a vaginal birth, but if you have to have a C-section, whatever. But I just feel like you hear everything of what motherhood is. And then that's the reason, like, for the conversation of postpartum, is that you feel like I'm supposed to have it. All these other women out here talking about how they just had it together. They bought all these things. They had this, that, and the third. They had the aesthetic. And then what happens? When y'all butt decide...
This girl...
She did good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Don't give me no problem. My kid's not here. I can say what I want to. You're done.
Your butt. What about the butt?
You just kind of feel like, if you feel like you're not having those moments that you failed, and the fact that you feel like you're failing and they are not even 2 weeks, it's it's hard. And so every day you're constantly just saying like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna figure it out, right? And then you don't think to ask anyone. So I think when you can kind of let go of I'm supposed to, and then just say, as the day comes, I changed according to what my child needed. I think that's the best way. And not saying you won't still deal with postpartum depression, but I think it helps to not go in.
That's something I would struggle with, because I am a routine girly.
But create the routine for
go
you.
Out the window, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and obviously I know how to adapt if somebody else needs me. I'm not saying like,
but this is ongoing.
This is like for the rest of my life. Like all that. Yeah, all that, like she said, is going out the window, and I just got wrapped around. I think I kind of have, because, like, obviously, like, now being married is like, okay, the next step, I gotta have a kid. So it's like, I try to wrap my head around, like, it's not gonna be, I can dress her up or dress him up, and he gonna be cute. They gonna be cute. Like, that's, but
that's the easy part.
Yeah, that's the easy part. What am I going to do when it's the hard things and all these other things? And me and Corey have all these conversations of like, with his job, and I'm going to be by myself, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be in this hole, I'm going to be across the country, what I'm going to do? What am I going to do? I'm going to call my mother.
And your sister.
Yeah.
And everybody. I booked y'all a flight. Actually, Mama, you coming through the 7th through the 14th. You're the 15th through the 21st.
Exactly.
And you coming a week after that. I want y'all to come at once. This ain't we ain't here to have fun.
Yeah.
And Kiki.
And not coming day after. Like.
Yeah. You might see her at the airport.
So what we hearing is that we really don't need to help her. She owned it. It was us that needed this pep talk.
Yeah, don't think Corey family off the hook. Dee Dee, you coming too.
All y'all in rotation.
And the sisters, all of that. Y'all coming. Daryl Wayne, y'all can come together.
Yep.
Both the Daryl Waynes get on the flight.
Get on the flight together. I need y'all.
I am taking.
So you ain't struggling with that. So when the time comes, we know that she ain't gonna struggle with asking for help.
But still, make sure you ask.
Right, yeah.
Because I might get in that superwoman mode and feel like I got it going on, and then I'm in the corner crying, Corey looking for me, and I'm in the closet.
And you will, because you're a superwoman and you like a routine. So to you, I think you are going to try to like get everything in order. So what I'm saying is that at some point you have to realize like that doesn't work, but that's okay. And I think that's where I failed at, is that I was like, I never looked at it like it was okay. It was, I haven't still figured it out. Right. So then I kept changing everything. And it's just like, well, that was harder than the last time. But it's like, if you would just let that go and just let that baby stay in that dang on onesie all day, we could have bypassed all this. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like I lied
to gave me a run for my money when I watched them when she was still a baby. I said, oh no. That she cried for hours. And I was like, what more do you want from me? So I put her in that room, put the little pillows, closed the door, I put the little lullaby music on YouTube. It was for hours. Put it on, turned the fan on so she wasn't hot. I made sure she was comfortable.
Yes.
And I closed that door because you're not finna stress me out and you can't even stand up. No, you are not finna stress me out. And I called Brittany and I told her I did it. Brittany said, you just left her in the room? Yep. And Brittany go, and she went to sleep? Yep, and I'll do it again.
Yeah.
But as the mama, you like, she's still crying.
Right?
But
I'm like, did you
after
crack
an
the door?
hour, she was, I heard enough.
Yeah.
And then Paul Brielle, but I thought we were going to watch a movie. Do you not see this baby crying? Yeah. Give me a second. I cannot watch a movie with the baby crying. So it was hard, but I was like, 10 minutes later, she was asleep. I said, oh, y'all hear that? Exactly. I went in there and made sure her chest was, and I went back into my movie. Right. So, like I said, I ain't no mama, but I'm an auntie, and that Breland, she was a crybaby.
Yeah, she was. She was my crybaby.
And she done gave me a run for my money, but look, I did good. She still did. And then they asked me to watch them again. So look, I'm doing something right.
I trust her.
Right. She was all right.
Yeah. So I think it'll be good. Yeah. I mean, but everything, I don't know what.
It won't be a sunshine and rain.
Yeah, there'll be something.
I'm excited for it. And all the good and bad things. Well, I mean, I call them bad things, but challenging things.
Yeah.
I'm not pregnant,
okay,
girl.
right?
No, for real.
Come on now, y'all.
Yeah.
Where's the woman at?
I know. What's
about?
Just kidding.
You sitting on something behind
No.
me?
I'm not.
Okay.
And once again, I would not tell y'all on this podcast.
That would have been cute.
I know.
That would have been a cute little idea. You can tell me.
Then I'm telling them.
Right?
Oh yeah, love that so much. But like I said, I'll keep my business to myself.
Until she want to let y'all know.
Right.
That's okay too, though.
But anyways.
But yeah, well, I want to go back to what Bria was saying about like the hair thing, because that was ghetto. That I didn't even know was a thing. And baby, when I say I look like I had half moons on the side of my head.
Because my forehead already kind of big.
I was like, but the crazy thing is when you pregnant, it's like, oh my God.
hair growing.
Rapunzel, you play with me.
Right.
What? And then all of a sudden, and then it don't happen immediately.
Yeah,
it's
like
just
a gradual.
and you just like, what the heck is it going?
Yeah, watch your mouth.
Ghetto.
She was really cussing, but not whatever.
That was not a cuss word. Don't
But I
do
need
me.
my edges.
Yeah.
Because I be oiling myself and using my little, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It may not. It's, again, everything is different for everybody. And that I feel like that, along with the depression, along with all the other things we talk about, it's like, you be like, God, dog, my hair falling out. I'm stressed out. I'm trying to figure out who I am. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like, what?
I think it's scary that you feel like you don't know who you are, though.
Yes.
Like, cause you're excited about your baby. I'm happy that I grew my like. You want to show off your belly. Like I was all excited about that. And then it's like once they got here, then I was like,
my hair not, you going days,
right?
Not being done, you not putting on, like I was telling Destiny about my outfit. I was like, what should I wear today?
Yeah.
And I was like, I was thinking about, getting dressed up, but I felt like I didn't really have nothing to be dressed up, like dressed up clothes. So I was like, I'm just wearing what I normally wear. This is what I feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
Like, finding my new, identity, because before I'd probably be wearing like a crop top.
yes.
I'm not the same titties. I'd be okay with that. It's like, all right, so you figuring out like what you like now, like
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like my titties look like my mama titties now. I told her, I said, what am I supposed to do with this?
Not telling your
I
mom.
feel like that's one of the main things I would struggle with the most because, like I said, I love my routines. And by routines, I meant, baby, I'm doing the 5-6 step skincare. I'm doing the this.
I'm looking if you can
I
get the crust out your
Right.
And that's why, Corey,
better
please,
warm up
I
a
need
time.
10 minutes. I got to do it.
Yeah.
Because if I look, I can't look like what I'm going through.
That's how you keep yourself together, is making sure you make that time, for yourself.
Yeah.
Even if I gotta wake up at 3 a.m. for that baby, I'm getting it done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I cannot. And it's not to say I need to look a certain way to feel good about myself, but that's just what makes, that's me pouring into myself.
Yeah.
I wake up, I do my skincare, I read my Bible, I do all the things. then Mama could go see that pretty baby. Right? But right now, Mama,
But it does help though.
time to herself. Because I cannot, because I'm going to do the skincare. I don't care how late we got home. I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah. No,
I'm happy for you.
She said, I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you. Because I would be like, well, I don't wear makeup. So I'd be like, I'm going to bed.
But even if on days where I don't wear makeup, I still do it. Because it's literally just me, like,
that's what she likes.
that's my time to myself. I'm in the shower. I don't, that baby pulling on the shower curtain. Please get the baby. This was my time to myself. I thought we agreed on this, Corey. Get the baby.
Yes, no, for real.
So yeah, and it's, I guess right now, look, I'm about to go call. We got to start having these conversations now. So he know. When that baby get here, Mama finna go, I'm in that bathroom. I don't want to hear nothing. Let that water running.
And even then, she gonna be like, "Did I hear my baby crying?"
Right,
not for real.
Right? Have you seen this girl on Facebook?
Wiping my face.
No,
Corey.
the girl on Facebook does a thing, and she'll be like getting herself ready, and she'll be like, "Is that my baby?"
Right.
Nah, he with his daddy. He'll be like, I don't know.
Right.
All right, now, girl, you gonna get yourself ready. Wait a minute.
we gonna have
Why
to
my
part
stuff?
two.
These pants used to fit. Nah, that's all right. She put a girdle on.
That's
They
all right.
fit now.
Right. So with me saying all that, I feel like there'll be a part 2 to this when I do come back after having the kid, and we gonna replay some of these moments of me saying, my 6 step. It gonna turn into face. Look, I'm gonna be in there washing my face in the shower and just putting the lotion on from my body on my face.
Yeah.
Look, just barely making
Right?
it.
FaceTime.
Right. Just doing my best. But hopefully not, and maybe I can come back with some good news. Some motivation for y'all. You can do it.
You can do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Be
So
all right.
I don't know if there's a you're done question you can ask for something like this, but I feel like for myself, even though I'm not a mom, I could be done with having these expectations, especially with the things that are to come, and I have no idea. We can sit here and have these conversations all day, and my situation turned out completely different. Because like I said, the routine, that's me. Even with the way that my, how can I say this without once again telling all my business? I got that bad. They're probably like, girl, it ain't even that big of a deal.
Right.
But even with, like, my life is constantly changing, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that I'm working on. Because it's like, I don't like change, baby. I just, it's not that I can't adapt. It's just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What we changing it for?
Yeah.
We gotta,
I'm like
I
that.
got used to this. Now I gotta rearrange some things, and but I have to let go of the expectation of how I think things should go. So like, even with these conversations, it's great to know, Yeah. But even when those times come, allowing the things to happen and just going with the flow.
Yeah.
Let it go.
That's a good you're done moment though.
That's for all my soon-to-be mamas.
All
Right.
You're done with that. We got to let it go.
Let it go.
Y'all are good.
So what y'all done with?
I think as well, I have I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. So, I think I'm gonna be done with not asking for help. I'm not a type to. I won't. Like my mama knows. She'll even say it. Like I already know if Brittany called me asking me for something. Like I'm literally on my the last of the last.
Right.
Like I'm at the house with no bread or eggs or cheese, and then that's basics. Like
You always got eggs.
I do, but by the time if it get rough, just know I done sold the egg carton to try to get some more eggs.
Recycling,
right? Listen, and I got mine from Amazon, so I don't even know how that's gonna work. But I just feel like I need to be more open to saying, like you were saying, it's okay if my mom takes I'm not bothering her. I feel like because they're my kids, if I ask you to watch them, it's just like, I ain't help you make them kids. You supposed to be with your kids 24/7. And I think I need to let go of the fact that it's okay for not other people, my parents.
Trusted people.
Right, the trusted people to have my kids, and that it's still okay to voice if I need help. I'm not weak or looked at as a bad mom because I'm asking for help. So I'll be done with not asking.
With that too much.
I am.
No, I'm saying, what you're done with moment been kind of similar to hers?
A little bit, because I guess I've worked through that probably the past few weeks. But I was gonna say I'm done with like putting myself last.
Yes. Amen. Snap to that.
Like I was saying earlier, it's so easy to get swallowed up in motherhood. So putting myself last, like, yes, my kids, I need to make sure that they have X, Y, and Z, but also I can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
making sure that I'm doing my hair, putting on mascara, doing my, my nails and my toes, making me feel good so I can show up as the best version of myself for my kids, for my husband, for myself, just period. So,
Yeah.
I think that's
Pour into yourself, girl. Do that 6-step skincare routine.
Okay,
Right?
not 6, but
Okay, well,
Yeah.
at least 2 now.
Right?
like cleanse and tone.
Right.
No, for real. And moisturize.
I'm dry,
Right.
baby. I need the steps because I'm a dry girl. I
Yeah.
be dry. I need
I
all
do it
the
in the morning and the
serums.
afternoon.
Right. I need the serums, the cream. Baby.
You
But
got
yes.
it. Go ahead then.
Y'all want a skincare routine? No, it's what?
No.
Coming up on next episode.
Right? What we're done with is your bad skin. Your horrible skincare routine. So I'm going to show you how to really do it.
Exactly. But yes, it was so nice having you, friend.
Thank you for having me.
No
So that was... I'm going to stop saying that. Y'all probably like, she said it every time. But I really don't know what episode this is. But this was the episode about postpartum
Period.
Yes.
on the You're Done podcast. And we're going to see y'all at the same time next week.
Bye.
Don't get up, Red. We got to take a picture.
Oh, okay.
Oh. And really the pictures that you just smile at the camera and you pose.
Okay. All right.
You looked at the camera, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Ain't what you looking at
Well,
the
she
shot.
don't. She be. I was gonna say it's so quiet. Your kids sleep.
No, that, my mama.
Oh,
Them gone.
so peaceful.
You know?
All right. Bring it closer.
Bring it closer to you.
She over there. She could be like this. I'm done with.
You gotta be in my face. So I can go like here.
Yeah, you can go however you want. However you
Feel
gonna
like you'll
sit and
talk
it's
loud
comfortable.
enough. Yeah, you gonna sit up.
And you good because your mic is your thing is moving. So go ahead and say something.
Something.
There you
All right,
go.
cool.
We can hear you.